Lifetime Longhorn Keith Moreland, lifetime Longhorn and Ron Bates, and the voice of the Horns,
It's not playing again.
3:39 here on AM 1300 The Zone. We come your way from the UT Golf Club here at Steiner Ranch. Rick Barnes Golf Tournament benefiting the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And speaking of the devil, he's here. He's straight off the golf course. It's good to see you again. You look like you're walking better and better. Doesn't look like you're quite ready to walk 18 yet.
I feel good, but I like that lifetime. That means you came out of the one long one? Is that what that means?
Well, Rick, look at the color of my hair.
Yeah. So you had to tell the toy.
As you've heard me say before, it didn't take Coach Roll long when I finally came on the recruiting trip, because I've been recruited by everybody on the planet, and then all of a sudden I asked him, he said, Coach, nobody's saying that. You offering me a scholarship? He said, well, yes, Keith. I said, what took you so long? So that's how it came along.
You didn't like the hair or what?
I don't know. I kept asking, what took you so long? I mean, I'm going to all these other schools. That's back before you could take a visit every week for, you could go every day.
How many did you take?
14.
14?
Can you imagine that?
No.
Can you imagine if you had to deal with a recruit that could take unlimited amounts of visits?
When I first got in, it was kind of like that. And, kids were taking as many as 7 or 8, but I think the rule's good.
Oh, I do too. I don't think there's a question about that. But it just took a while. Everybody in the world's the one place I want to go is I'm not hearing from. It's one of those things you're getting a little upset about.
I remember when I was coaching as assistant coach at George Mason and gotten to know Kevin Greavy, who, the great player at Kentucky, and we were talking about his recruiting, and he was one of those guys that took one of those 14, 15 trip, all the time, and he said that they had finally decided it was time to wind it down, and he said he got a call one day from the coach at Alabama, C.M. Newton, and said, we want you to visit. And he said, well, we kind of wound it down a little bit. He said, well, hold on a second. He said, the next thing we knew, he said, it was Coach Bryant on the other end. He said to him, look, we're having our spring game, and he said, we've got all the guys coming back, and he said, I want you to come down this weekend. And we want to talk to you about Alabama. And he said, I was on that plane.
It had a tendency to bring you in that direction.
How do you feel about that wide receiver rule? Did you, the guy for the Lions caught the pass? Did you see that everybody's talking about? Looked like he had it, touchdown. You didn't get to see it.
I didn't get to see it. Tell me about it.
Well, he basically caught it.
Interpretation of the rules. Craig and I are having a different interpretation of the rules.
Yeah.
Have you interpreted any rules in the NCAA that you've interpreted different than anything?
Oh, many times. But I do know last night now, the Rackpo made that play.
Oh, yeah.
Because that guy tried to, I guess, collar him, right?
If Alex Barron doesn't hold him, he gets to Tony Romo anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically had to tackle him, in order to try to. Ryan played well last year. I think he had 11 sacks.
Oh, he had a good game last night.
And he had a good game last night. So he's pretty. And one of your former players had a pretty good day yesterday.
How about him? I don't think there's any question that, everybody's talking about what he's done. What that team, that was a great effort by that team to go over there and do what they did, and the way they kept getting better throughout the tournament. But what he did, Fran Fraschilla made the comment during the semifinal game. He said, right now today, at 21 years old, if you ask any general manager in the NBA today, you can only pick one player to start your team with, he said everyone will take Kevin Durant. And they would, no question. So I don't know if that makes him the best player in the world, but he's close, and he is, and we know him, obviously, you know him. I mean, everything that happens for him or to him, he deserves. He's the greatest teammate we've ever had at Texas. He got that part, and I wish I knew how. I believe I'll teach it. But he gets it, and supposedly he's going to be back here for the UCLA game, and I hope he can. So I hope we can really have a chance to recognize what he's done and how he is. And he loves the Horns, and he's had a really busy summer. I'm really concerned for him a little bit because as soon as the season was over with, he had to go to China with a group from Nike to spend some time over there doing what Nike needed him to do, and he came right back and has jumped into this USA basketball. Now he gets back. I think they go to camp. I think they're 28.
Yeah,
so
he's got 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I would think that, obviously, I'm not a head coach, but you are a head coach. You would probably see that if you were the Thunder head coach.
Right.
You would probably look at that and go, I don't need this guy. Doesn't need the same conditioning and the same things that these other guys need.
Yeah, and and Kevin would tell you that, and he loves to play. This guy loves it. Can't get enough of it. He would tell you that he's 21, he's fine. And but over the course of the year, I think they'll realize that, hey, we've got to let him kind of have some time.
And you know, the other amazing thing, and this speaks to his character, is we heard all the stuff about LeBron and the trade, and there's this contract and that contract. He quietly goes and does his deal and says, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm all set."
I tell you what, people, you talk about loyalty. When actually before they moved to Oklahoma City, and there is no way in Kevin's lifetime he ever grew up thinking that he would play for Seattle. And when he went out there, I asked him one day, I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Coach, I hope I end my career here." And then they moved to Oklahoma City, and I asked him what he thought. He said, "Coach, I hope I end my career here." That's the way he is, and obviously, you know, time will tell what that's going to do. But he is an extremely loyal person and a person that gets it. And again, you look at what he does on the floor and he works, but it's all the other things that makes him special.
Longhorns head coach Rick Barnes is with us here. His name is on this golf tournament. How long have you been doing this thing?
It's 10 years, and you know, when we started this 10 years, I knew nothing about cystic fibrosis, and I was approached by Dan Ahern at the time, who had met some people that had asked us to do this. And when we started, you know, there were 30,000 people that's afflicted with this in the country, and at the time, the average lifespan for someone with cystic fibrosis was 26 years. Over the last 10 years, it's gone up to 36, 37 years. And they do think they're getting closer to where they'll be able to treat it where it maybe won't be a terminal disease. And they're hoping that, and they have improved the way I understand the machines they use for breathing. But we have a couple of young guys that have started with us that, you know, Travis Kennedy was 2 years old, and I remember that first tournament he putted. And today he teed it off, and he hit a great shot for us.
That's great.
And Greg Thompson, who has been here, and every year he started out 10 years ago talking what he has to do every day just to, you know, to live. And 10 years ago, it was once he started talking, I said, you know, we've got to try to figure out how to get this fixed. And now he's going to be he's a senior in high school. He's going to go off and he wants to major in mechanical engineering, but it's been a great thing. The people that have been involved over the years have done a wonderful job with it. We've been able to raise over $100,000 the last 3 years, and it all goes to research, and hopefully that in the next couple of years they can get something that's going to make it much easier for everybody.
Now, one thing that isn't mentioned very often is your golf game, and you know, it's one of those things. There's not an awful lot known about people's personal lives anyway, but I know you play golf. I mean, how is your golf game?
Well, really, I don't play much now, Craig. I haven't played since July, but I'm good.
I'm good. It's good like it is.
Yeah, it's good like it is. You know, I mean, I don't expect much, but you know, one thing that's good about my game, if you ask anybody that plays with me, it doesn't matter who I'm playing with, and it doesn't matter how good they are. If I'm playing bad, by the end of the round, they're playing just as bad as I am. I have a great way of bringing people down, because if I can't get it done, I'm going to make sure they
can't get it done. You pencil them too?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know, I mean, there's no etiquette. You know, talk when their backs swing, throw balls at them, what you have to
Call, do whatever you do. All right. Well, tell us, your club right now, individual work's going on. Back in school.
Back in school, and you know, the one thing I do like about the team, you can tell there's a different atmosphere, different chemistry with our team. I do like the improvement guys have made in the offseason, and there's not one guy that hasn't improved. I do like what I think our two freshmen will bring to us, Corey Joseph and Tristan Thompson, but the other guys have been back and been great leaders for those guys. And we'll be a little bit different. I do think that we'll shoot the ball much better than we have in the past. And I do think that we have the kind of team, if we can learn to move the ball, play together, we will score points. And defensively, I think we've got the best defensive guard in the country in Doge Valvey. And
I was going to ask you how he's doing.
You know, he's at a point where, coming back from his torn ACL, that he could probably be, they could turn him loose, but we're holding him back, because he's such a phenomenal athlete, and he's in great shape, and there's just no reason to bring him back right now. What he needs to work on is what he's doing right now. He's on the side shooting. That's what he needs, because we know he's going to play hard.